We must remain blind, okay? Blind, okay? I want to thank WFG for being here today.
Now, the protests today are taking place all across the country. They are against the moves of redistricting in Texas, which they view as Donald Trump centralizing power around himself, redrawing the lines of congressional districts in order to secure the rule of the Republican Party. This fits the overall theme of a lot of the protests we've seen recently around no kings, accusing Donald Trump of authoritarianism, etc.
Migrant and immigrant New Yorkers.
Trying to save democracy in America. I started doing this in Columbia in 1968. I've never stopped. I'm not going to stop now.
Okay. And what about Texas? Can you tell me about the Texas issue?
It's a little loud here. In Texas, Trump is trying to redraw the electoral map to guarantee himself 5 more seats in the Congress in order to thwart the will of the American people.
What about Texas?
Well, I'm happy to be here because I recently was very proud of Gavin Newsom from California. He and other governors, Democratic governors, are queuing up a similar ploy that they're using in Texas, but they don't want to use it until Texas goes first. And I think it's the problem with the Democrats. They want to play by the rules, but the other people do not.
And can you tell me about Trump authoritarianism in general?
Oh my God, this fucking guy. Yes, very bad. I mean, putting military, federal troops in cities. You know, Washington D.C. is fine. They know how to handle their stuff. They don't need federal input. It's just a scare tactic to make this guy look very strong.
March, and this is a little added detail that I put on for this particular. I think it says it all: the crypto, the corruption, the claim from Kuwait, desecration of democracy, the spectacle we made in Russia, and embarrassing our country, shameful, embarrassed to be an American.
Constant lies, constant lies, a bombardment of lies that aren't being contended strongly enough by the Democrats and anybody. There should be thousands of people here out of 200. And you have another sign too.
My signs are getting meaner with every protest.
Can you tell me about the Texas redistricting issue?
Oh, well, I think that's a disgrace also. It's cheating. It's a very early sign of what we can expect in terms of what the GOP is trying to do to rig the midterms, because they're terrified.
And can you talk about Trump's authoritarianism in general?
It has to be stopped. It just has to be stopped. We don't have that in this country. We don't want it in this country.
It's hard to recognize our own country anymore. I look around and I see scenes of military on the streets, and I feel like, where are we? Is this America?
Thank you very much. Now, these protests are in line with a number of protests that have been happening across the country in the last few months, focusing on Donald Trump and how he is centralizing power. The protests today are focused on the redistricting of congressional districts in Texas, arguing that this will lead to centralizing the power of the Republican Party and blocking the opposition from representation in the federal government. What are the protests today?
I'm just watching the protest. I'm pro-Trump.
Okay.
They're going apoplectic over what's going on in Texas. States have been gerrymandered for years. New York, Illinois. Now when the Republicans want to do it in Texas to reflect the actual vote, they're going apoplectic. There's so many states in the United States that have a 50% or more Republican votes with no congressional representation. These people are going apoplectic.
Yeah, what do you think of the overall claim that Trump is authoritarian?
I don't think he's authoritarian. He's always followed the law, listened to the Supreme Court. Biden administration didn't listen to the Supreme Court when they told him what to do about the student loan situation and other things.
Any other thoughts?
I think everything's going to be okay, and the United States will survive as a republic. It's not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic. They keep on saying democracy, they can say it a million times, but it's not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic where the Constitution supersedes the vote of the Democratic majority.